Sri Sai Ram. Hearty welcome to Sri Sathya Seva Gurukulam. Free online classes. Are you all ready? Very happy. Be attentive. Only for a few minutes. Okay? Don't get up from the place. Be there. Note down some of the points also. So, what we are studying in the previous class, I think you remember, we started with the discussion on polygons. What are polygons? Polygons are plane figures having 3 or more than 3 sides and different kinds of polygons. If there are 4 sides, what do you call it? Correct? Quadrilateral. 5 sides? Pentagon. 6? Hexagon. What is decagon? 10 sides. What is octagon? 8 sides. What is triangle? 3 sides. So, there are different kinds of polygons. Also, you have heard about convex polygon and concave polygon, correct? So, convex polygon is one in which all the diagonals will be inside the polygon. Concave polygon is one in 1 or 2 diagonal will be outside the polygon. Also, we have seen angle sum property of polygons. In case of triangle, what is the sum of all the angles? How many angles will be there? Correct? 3. So, what is the sum of the 3 angles? 180 degrees. If it is quadrilateral, 360. If it is pentagon, 540, like that, is it not? We have studied in the previous class angle sum property. Also, we have studied about exterior angle. How to get exterior angle? When one of the side is produced, it forms an exterior angle, and sum of all these exterior angles is equal to how much? 360 degrees, correct? Suppose you have, what is this figure called? Of course, it is a rough figure. This figure we will call it as a, come on, square, correct? So, if any one of the side is produced, we get what is called as exterior angle. Here, what is each interior angle? 90 degrees, correct? So, exterior angle is this outside angle. Suppose you call it as D here, this will be also 90 because sum of these two is 180. So, in case of any polygon, if you take except triangle, the sum of all the exterior angles will be equal to 360 degrees. That is what you have studied. Parallelogram is elements. So, in triangle also, suppose you have triangle here, of course, there are 6 kind of triangles already studied. Suppose you extend any side, we get exterior angle, and the sum of all the exterior angles, suppose interior angle is 60 degrees here. What is sum of all the exterior angles? How many exterior angles will be there? 3, correct? So, there are 3 vertices, there will be interior angle and also exterior angle. So, sum of all this will be 120, this also is 120, suppose it is an equilateral triangle, and it is true for all other triangles also, correct? And also we have seen parallelogram, its elements properties. Elements means in parallelogram how many vertices are there? 4 vertices, correct? How many angles? 4 angles. And what other elements you have? So, rough figure again, ABCD is a parallelogram. We call ABCD as the vertices, and AB and DC are called opposite sides, one pair, this is second pair. And also you have got what are called as diagonals. Name of the diagonals AC and BD, and some properties you already seen it. One property we have seen is that opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal, opposite angles are equal, correct, and we are going to see some more property today. And there are two diagonals, namely AC and BD. What is a diagonal? It is a line segment joining the opposite vertices, okay. And why it is called parallelogram? Because opposite sides are not only equal, but they are parallel also. Parallel also. That is why the name parallelogram, correct. Now we will come to the home assignments. Given a parallelogram ABCD, so here is a parallelogram called ABCD, correct. Complete each statement along with the definition or property used. So AD, come on, anybody? What is AD is equal to? AD is equal to BC, and they are asking definition or property used. What is the property here? Property is opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Also OC, what is OC? It is the part of the diagonal, and we know that diagonals bisect each other. Means what? OC will be equal to AO. So diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So how many diagonals will be there? Two diagonals, AC and BD. Bisect means what? They cut in equal proportion. See, AO will be equal to OC. Now you are given OC, therefore AO also will be equal to OC. And next, angle DCB, come on, show it. Where is your DCB? D is here, C is here, B is here. Always the middle one is taken as consideration. So angle DCB they are asking. It will be equal to DAB, correct? Why? They are the opposite angles of a parallelogram. Opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Opposite sides are equal, opposite angles are equal, correct. And now measure of angle DAB. DAB plus CDA. See, this is DAB, we call it as 1. Another one CDA, we call it as 2. What is sum of these two? Angle 1 plus angle 2 will be equal to, come on, we have studied the property there. These are called adjacent angles, also called as interior angles. So their sum is equal to 180 degrees. We can write it as sum of interior angles. A better word is adjacent angles, but as we are taking the interior angles. That is A plus D. What about C plus B? That also will be B plus C is also 180 degrees. So totally it will be 360 degrees. Here you can write AB is parallel to CD. When they say two parallel lines cut by a transversal, the sum of the interior angles will be equal to 180 degrees. Noted? Okay. Now we will pass on to second question. Consider the following parallelogram. Find the values of x, y, z. Come on, anybody? You can tell? Good. Come on. In parallelogram, you have to write steps correctly. Okay. What is the name of the parallelogram? A, B, C, D. So, when you say parallelogram, we have AB is parallel to CD, and then AD is parallel to BC. Opposite sides are equal and parallel. Now, because we are dealing with the angles now, so AB is parallel to CD means what? Angle, opposite angles are equal. First we will do that. So, angle X, so you are given with the angle B. Angle B is given to be 100 degrees, that is given. If B is 100, what about D? That also will be 100, correct? So, therefore, angle B is equal to angle D, and that is equal to angle Y is equal to how much? 100 degrees. So, we got result number 1, Y is got. How to find out X and Z? If this is 100, so 100 plus 100 how much it becomes? 200. What is sum of all the interior angles? 360 degrees, correct? So, therefore, you can write angle A plus angle C is equal to 360 minus 100 into 2, that is 200, that is equal to 160. And therefore, as opposite angles are equal, you can write if you want why it is. How we got 200? Because angle B plus angle D is equal to 100 plus 100, that is 200. So, we know that the opposite angles are equal. Now, you have to find out angle A is equal to angle C, is it not? That is equal to 160, sum is 160, each will be equal to 80 degrees. So, you have therefore, x is equal to 80 degrees and y is equal to 100 degrees, z is equal to, x and z are equal, that is also 80 degrees, correct? So, if you add all the 4 angles, how much you get? 360 degrees. So, you can write here the reason, because opposite angles of a parallelogram, you can write the notation also. Instead of writing parallelogram separately, you can use symbol. So, like this you can write, like this you parallelogram, you can write that also. In future you have to use that symbols only, because to save time. So, this is the answer. Noted? It's a 2 marks question. You must know the property that opposite angles are equal. That property is made use of here. Next problem. Consider the following parallelogram. Find the values of unknown x, y, z. So, first you do orally. If this is 50, what about this? Suppose you call it as a PQRS parallelogram, and this we call it as say T. Side PQ is produced to T. So, if this is 50, this also becomes 50, correct, and then these are interior angles. So, this will be equal to 180 minus 50, 130, this also will be 130, and this also will become 130. So, 50 plus 130 plus 50 is 180, and these two are equal 130, and this exterior angle will be equal to 130 degrees because they are adjacent angles. So, we will write one by one. Okay. First we will start with the in the quadrilateral you write solution. So, this is a 2 marks question, you must answer in 4 minutes, maximum 5 minutes you would finish up. You must have speed also, speed, accuracy, beauty, these are the 3 things in solving a mathematics problem. Should not do very slowly and should not be hurry and doing mistake also. Okay. Now, in the quadrilateral PQRS, in the quadrilateral PQRS, come on, we will start with the given angle S is given, how much? 50 degrees, and therefore, if S is 50, what is PQR? Angle PQR is equal to S is equal to 50 degrees. So, you must take interior angle, this angle. You must give reason also. Reason is opposite angles of a parallelogram. I will use the symbol here now, parallelogram. So, one is got. Now, what about x and y? And therefore, you can write angle QPS. Now, first we will write that what we have done just now, that is therefore, angle PQR plus PSR is equal to 100 degrees, that you have to write first. So, sum of these two is 100 degrees, and how to find the next two? So, with that result we can write angle SPQ plus SRQ. Are you writing down? No, do not look here and there, write down. As it is simple one, I am not giving much details, you can understand, no. So, here sum of the two angles given to 100 degrees. So, what is sum of the other two angles? But sum of all the angles 360, correct? In 360 subtract 100, that will be 260. So, sum of these two is 260. If sum is 260, what about each angle? Therefore, angle SPQ is equal to SRQ is equal to 260 by 2. This by 2 is a famous word. Some of you are using it, no? When you go to a coffee shop or tea shop, you say by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4. No, mathematics is used there also. By 2 coffee, they say. Full coffee is too much for them, they will take by 2. So, here as these two angles are equal, we use the word by 2. 260 by 2 is equal to 130. Reason is opposite angles of, in geometry always you have to give reason. Opposite angles of a, I use the symbol parallelogram. GM you must write, GM means parallelogram. So, we found out x, we found out y, x and y are got. So, next point we have to find the z now. How to find z? We know that RQ is a line standing on the line PT. Therefore, these two angles are supplementary, correct? So, I will write it here what you have got now. SPQ is called as SPQ, that is x is equal to y, angle x is equal to angle y is equal to 130 degrees. So, we got x and y. To find z, so sum of these two is called adjacent angles, it is always 180 degrees. So, next point I will write here RQP, see the figure, RQP plus RQT. What is that T now? T is a line got, T is a point which is an extended line, PQ when it is extended to point called T, just for calculation purpose, that is all. So, RQP plus RQT is 180 degrees. Why? They are called as adjacent angles. We have studied in lower classes. When a line stands on another line, the sum of the adjacent angles will be 180 degrees. And lastly, therefore, RQT is equal to nothing but angle Z 180 minus or the interior angle RQP. So, 180 minus what is RQP? 50, that is 130 degrees. So, that is the third result, third angle. So, x is 130, y is 130 and z also is 130. Z is called exterior angle and sum of the interior and exterior is equal to, so all this 130. Now, suppose you add all this, how much you must get? 360. Add these two, you must get 180. So, RQT, that is exterior angle, is equal to angle Z is equal to 130 degrees. Okay. Shall we move on to next one? So, one more problem is there. How many have done this? Anybody done this problem? No, some have done, right? So, if you know the property, it is easy, there is nothing to worry about. Consider the following parallelogram, we will call it some name, say KLMN, any name we can give. Every time we are giving ABCD, now we will call it as KLMN. You are asked to find a value of x, y, z. Okay. Now, L is given. Always, mathematics solving problem means going from known to unknown. So, we will start solution. Note it down. Ready? Okay. Draw a figure KLMN. What is this line called? KM. It is called diagonal. Why it is called diagonal? Because it joins the opposite vertices. So, in parallelogram, I am using symbol now, KLMN. In parallelogram KLMN, you are given with angle L. Angle L is equal to 112. And what is it equal to? Therefore, angle L is equal to angle N, that is nothing but angle Y is equal to 112 degrees. Why 112? Because they are opposite angles. Opposite angles of a parallelogram. So, 1 is over. Now, how to find out x and z? So, this diagonal bisects these angles, correct? So, if this is x, this also will be x, or you can try like this. Sum of k and m is how much? 180 degrees. Sum of k and m is, no, they are equal, k and m are equal, correct? So, we will start like this. So, this is 40, this also become 40, that is 80, and that is 80 means opposite angle also becomes 80. Two triangles. So, we will take first triangle, in triangle KNM. What is sum of the three angles? Yes, 180 degrees, you know it? So nice. So, you have angle NKM, NKM one angle, another is KNM, third one is KMN. That means sum of the three angles is 180 degrees, that property you know. In this we have found out two angles, correct? So, what do you want now? We want KMN. So, this will substitute. What is NKM? NKM is 40. What is KNM? That is Y, 112. What is KMN? Do not know, write as it is. So, KMN is nothing but, therefore, I will write here, KMN is also called, what is the name of the angle? X is equal to 180 minus this, you bring this side, this also. So, 112 plus 40, 152, it will be equal to 28 degrees. So, x value will be 28. And also you have seen in the previous classes that when two parallel lines cut by a transversal, you have got 4 sets of angles there, and one famous set is called alternate angles. So, alternate angles means these two. For example, these two are called alternate angles here, x and z. In that x we have found out to be 28 degrees. What is z now? So, you can write in triangle KLM, angle MKL, MKL, that is nothing but x, sorry, MKL is called z, right, is equal to NMK, and what is it called? Alternate angles, also called z angles, and that will be equal to how much? 28. So, this becomes 28. So, you got all the angles, correct? So, lastly we write angle x is equal to angle z is equal to 28 degrees. What is y? Angle y is equal to 112 degrees. Always you must give the answer. You followed how he did? First step was to prove that the opposite angles are equal, therefore 112, that y is got. Then we said in this triangle two angles are given, third angle we found out. Lastly, we use the property of alternate angles or z angles. Remember, these are called z angles. So, these are parallel lines cut by a transversal, therefore, x and z are equal, and x and z are equal to 28 degrees. Therefore, x is equal to z is equal to 28, y is equal to 112. Some of you may not understand at one step, but slowly you can pick up. But principles are simple here, but you must practice it. First you write down by seeing the book, next you must write down without seeing the book. Okay, noted. So, we will come to today's topic. One more is there. Guns is a parallelogram. Find x and y. Guns, G-U-N-S, that is the name of a parallelogram. Do not think that it is a gun and you are shooting it. Not for shooting here, just a name is given, do not worry. Now, what is the property you can make is here. So, in the parallelogram, we will write solution. In the parallelogram, come on, what is the name? Guns, G-U-N-S, they are vertices of a parallelogram, that is all. What is the property of parallelogram? Opposite sides are equal. What are the opposite sides? Gu is equal to Ns is equal to 26, is it not? And G is equal to Nx, and also we know that Gs is equal to Un. They are opposite sides of the parallelogram. So, whatever you know, you write it. For every step there is a mark that you should note. So, whatever you know about this, write. Opposite sides of a parallelogram. Now, come on. In the first one, suppose you take Gu is equal to Ns. Gu means what? 3y minus 1. 3y minus 1 is equal to 26. How do you find the value of y? What type of equation it is? Linear equation. Yes, I did, no? So, 3y equal to minus 1 should be transposed. 26 plus 1, that is 27. Y is equal to 27 by 3, that is equal to 9. So, if y is 9, what is 3y minus 1? Therefore, Gu is equal to 3y minus 1. It is 3 into 9 minus 1, that is 27 minus 1, that is also 26. So, property of parallelogram holds good, that opposite sides are equal. Similarly, if you take other two sides, what other two sides? So, you can write similarly. See the word what you are using. How do you write similarly? As the previous one. So, similarly, Gs is equal to Un. Side Gs is equal to side Un. What is Gs to be given to equal to 3x? What is Un? 18. So, if 3x is equal to 18, what does it mean? X is equal to 18 by 3, that is 6 centimeters. All are centimeters only. If it is not given, means it is understood. So, now what is the value of that side? Gs is equal to 3 into 6, 18. So, what does it mean? Opposite sides are equal. This also become 18. That is a very simple problem. But only thing is, you should know how to solve a linear equation. Here this is a linear equation in y, it is a linear equation in x. And also you should know property, opposite sides of parallelogram are equal. Understood? Okay. Now we will pass on to today's topic. Today's topic is again some properties of a parallelogram. What about angles? Angles the opposite angles of a parallelogram are of equal measure. You see, know it already. This can be done by two set squares. In the previous class I have shown you there will be two set squares will be there in a geometry box having angle 30, 60, 90. That should be taken, and you should form a parallelogram as we have done in the previous class, and measure the opposite angles. What do you observe? They will be equal. You can also set, of course, not from one geometry box, you should have from two geometry boxes, because this 30, 60, 90 comes in only one in one set. So, you must take one more geometry box, take another set square, arrange it such that it becomes a parallelogram. So, that is an activity, and you will get a very interesting result. What is the result now? Result is that angle A is equal to angle C, angle B is equal to angle D. Okay. Now, we will have a logical proof or theoretical proof. Theoretical is given ABCD is a parallelogram in which AC and BD are the diagonals. Okay, that is given. What you have to prove? Measure of angle A is equal to measure of angle C. Measure of angle B is equal to measure of angle D. The M means measure here. Do not confuse with the other words. Okay, M is measure. As it is A and C are general, the value is not given. Therefore, we call it as measure. And how to prove it? So, we separate it up. One is triangle ABC, another is triangle ADC. In both of them, AC is a diagonal. So, here AB is parallel to CD. See, in the previous figure, AB is parallel to CD. You see this. These two are parallel, and AC is the transversal. Similarly, you must take AD is parallel to BC, and you must take BD as the transversal. Then we are going to get it. Okay. So, we have separated the two triangles now. In that, AC we have taken as a transversal, and now we are giving a theoretical proof for that parallelogram. So, here we have two triangles ABC, see ABC is here and ADC is here. Okay. In that, angle 1 is equal to angle 2, this one is equal to the angle 2, angle 3 is equal to angle 4. What type of angles are they? They are nothing but alternate angles. See, whenever two parallel lines cut by a transversal, just now I referred about it, the alternate angles will be equal. So, angle 1 is equal to angle 2. So, these are called alternate angles. Suppose you call this is 1, these two will be equal. Similarly, 3 is equal to 4. When it happens? Only when parallel lines cut by a transversal. So, this is a transversal, namely AC. So, alternate angles, alternate is correct word, alternate angles. So, 1 is equal to 2, and AC is common for both the triangles. The diagonal AC is common, is it not? And therefore, what you get? Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ADC. Means what? If you take this triangle and keep it on that, that will be identically equal. And what is the congruency called? It is called ASA. Two angles on one side of one triangle are equal to two angles on one side, corresponding side of the other. Then the two triangles are said to be congruent. So, what do you get from this? We get that angle B is equal to angle D, measure of angle B is equal to measure of angle D. Also in the same method, angle A is equal to angle C. Followed? So, this is the theoretical proof of it. Now, we will work out some examples on this, correct. So, here is a figure called as best. How many of your best students there? All are best. It cannot be. Some will be good, some will be better, some will be best. So, here is a best parallelogram. Find the value of x, y, z. So, here one simple property, no, angle B is equal to angle S, therefore, this will be equal to 100 degrees. And as we have done in previously, the opposite angles are equal, and therefore, you can say is 100 plus 100 200 and 360 minus 200 is 160 by 2, that is 80 you get, and this will be 100, that is all, because they are called adjacent angles. Okay, we will go step by step now. So, first one, in the parallelogram. So, write solution. These are called numerical problems. Whenever the values are given, we call numerical problems. So, in the parallelogram, I will draw a small figure. If you draw a small figure, it means parallelogram here, BEST. There is one transport system in a state. Do you know what is the name of the state? The transport, just like our BMTC in Bangalore, there is one state which runs buses called BEST. Yes, Maharashtra, yes. BEST, here angle B is given to be 100 degrees. So, angle B is equal to angle S is equal to, we call it as x, 100 degrees. They are opposite angles of a parallelogram, and therefore, you can write sum of angle T and angle E, what do you call it as angle BTS plus BES is equal to 360 minus 200. Why 200? B plus S is 200, that is equal to 160, and therefore, each angle becomes BTS is equal to BES is equal to, what do you call it? It is also equal to angle Z. How much? 160 by 2. Why by 2? Because they are equal. So, 160 by 2, that is 80 degrees. So, interior angle is 80 degrees. What about exterior angle? So, you can have exterior angle Y is equal to 180 minus 80, that is 100 degrees. And what is the property? They are called adjacent angles. Adjacent angles. When one line stands on another line, the sum of the adjacent angles is 180 degrees. So, very simple problem. B is given, find out S, 100. Then you find out angle T and also angle Z. Sum of T and Z is, you get sum is 160 you get. Each becomes 160 by 2, that is 80. If this is 80, So, you get 80, 80. Sum of all the angles we measure it to be 360. So, this becomes adjacent angle, namely 100 degrees. Got it? Very nice. We will pass on to very important property what I just now saw. The adjacent angles in a parallelogram are supplementary. So, another property, this is similar to that. So, you have a parallelogram A RING. So, if you say that they are parallelogram, and so these are parallelogram, these are called interior angles, okay, and their sum is how much? The property what you have just now seen, the adjacent angles in a parallelogram are supplementary. What do you mean adjacent means what? Suppose you have a parallelogram ABCD, it may be rectangle also, it may be square also, all are special forms of parallelogram. Suppose you call this, sum of these two is 180 degree, that is the meaning. So, A plus D is 180, B plus C also is 180. So, adjacent angles means, it means that A plus D is 180 degrees and then B plus C is 180 degrees. Why it is so? Because they are the parallel lines. So, you can give the reason AB is parallel to CD, therefore, this happens, okay, that is the meaning. So, use this property to work out one more problem on this, noted? Okay. So, this is the problem. In this problem we call it as ring, not the ring what you have for hand, that is made up of gold, but it is a golden problem called as ring problem. So, in this, come on, so you write the heading solution. So, in the parallelogram, what is the name of parallelogram? Ring. Come on, what sides are parallel? We have RI is parallel to GN, RI is parallel to GN. Also you have, oh that is enough, also you have RG is parallel to NI, RG is parallel to NI. They are not only parallel, they will be equal also. So, here angle R is given, angle R plus angle G is equal to 180 degrees. If R is 70, G becomes 180 minus 70, and because right the angle R is equal to 70 degrees, and then you have, so 180 minus 70 will be equal to 110. So, G is got, and if G is got, what about I? Angle G is equal to angle I is equal to 110 degrees. They are opposite angles of a parallelogram. And then, so this becomes 110 and this becomes 110. What is the sum of these two, I and N? Also, angle I is equal to 180 minus 110. because angle I is equal to 110, that is equal to 70 degrees. This is N, angle N is equal to 70 degrees. So, N is 70, I is 110, opposite angles are equal in parallelogram. So, all this answered. Now, note it down, come on, we will pass on to home assignment. First question, can a quadrilateral ABCD be a parallelogram if angle D plus angle B is 180 degrees? Second, in that same question, AB is equal to DC is equal to 8, AD is equal to 4, BC is equal to 4.4. They are asking it can be a parallelogram or not. Third, in that A is equal to 70, C is equal to 65, is it parallelogram or not? It is an oral question, but you should know there is some tricks is given there, you should know that. Next question, measures of two adjacent angles of parallelogram are in the ratio of 3:2. Find the measure of each of the angles of a parallelogram. So, ratio is given. Using this ratio, you have to find the each sides. Okay. And one more question, adjacent figure, we have hope is a parallelogram here, hope on one side is produced. Find the angle measures x, y, z. State the property used to find them. Okay. Come prepared for that. Thank you. Before one more question, consider the following parallelogram, find the values of the unknowns x, y, z. X, Y, Z, one angle is given as 80 degrees. Okay. So, let us see what Baba says. Sadguru Madhusudan Sai, he says to live for others is to live forever. So, na karmana na prajaya dan tyage neke amrtatvamanashu, tyage neke amrtatvamanashu, which means that sacrifice alone, by sacrifice alone immortality is attained. So, immortality comes only by sacrifice, that is what our Sannyasa Sukta says. This is told by Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Come prepared for the answers. Thank you.